Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you our November 2019 budget report, showing you all the money that we brought in this month and all the money that we either spent or saved. But before we get into the video, if you're interested in getting the budget template that I'm using today, you can actually get it on my Etsy shop for $7. I will have a link to it in the description box down below so you can check it out. It's an instant Excel download and super simple. Also, I did want to mention I recently did a video talking about a channel update and that my channel name is changing to just Marissa Lyda, and I'm excited to be incorporating more lifestyle content into my channel, but I am still planning on doing budgeting related videos and budget updates because I love being able to share how we actually budget. And I think that budgeting is a huge part of your lifestyle because you need a great budget to be able to live the lifestyle that you truly want. And so I am still planning on doing budget report videos, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. So let's get into this budget. So at the top I have my income section, and I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out, but I show you our side hustle income, and that is for my business of The Budgeting Wife is still what I'm calling it. I was expecting to bring in a little over $2,000 this month, but I only brought home $1,485. A lot of this is mostly due to I just spent more in business related expenses. There was a course that I wanted to take that went on sale, and so I thought that it would be a good opportunity to take it. And so I just took that out of the income that I would be taking home this month. So I did take home a little bit less, which was kind of a bummer. So I was short by almost $600 with my business this month. The next item that I have here is a property tax refund. So my husband and I bought a house this year. We were first-time home buyers, and when we were buying our house, we had to pay for a year's worth of property taxes all up front, and then property taxes were due in November, and we ended up paying in more to property taxes than what we actually owed. So we got a check back for the difference, which was nice to get that refund back, and that's what that $440 is. And then we also received an additional $50 of random other income, and honestly, as I'm filming this, I don't 100% remember what that was from, but it was just like something random that we received. So as a total, we were expecting to bring home $7,593, but we actually brought home $6,997. So a little bit less, actually quite a bit less, like $600 less than what we were initially planning to bring home this month. So now to show you all of our expenses, we use a zero-based budget, which means that all of our income equals all of our expenses or savings, and every single dollar gets assigned a name. And so everything should balance, and at the end, it should be zero. So first off, to show you our expenses, this first section that we have here blocked out is our giving. Jacob and I are Christians, and we believe in tithing, giving to our church and other organizations, and so that's what these line items are. But the next thing that we have here is our mortgage, which is $23.98 each month. We also have an HOA that is $121.46, and I've talked about this before, but the HOA covers all of our landscaping and also maintenance of parks in our area. And honestly, it's somewhat nice to have an HOA because then I know that my neighbor's house is also going to be taken care of, and the neighborhood isn't going to look atrocious, which is something that's of value. So we have that. Water and sewer, I've learned that this is by far our highest utility bill that we have to pay. I budgeted a little bit too much for it this month. We only ended up paying $93.85 for water. Then we have natural gas, which I know like at the end of the month prior of like what it's going to be. So natural gas was $32.11 for this month, and that is our heat for our house. Then we have trash service, which is always $35.64. And then electric. And so electric for us, since we have natural gas heating and also like stovetop and everything, electric is just our lights and anything that we have plugged in is electric. So $32.95 is what we spent this month. Internet is $39.99 like usual. And then our phones is $158, and that is our new normal. I recently upgraded my phone, and it has like just a small additional cost, and so it should be around this price, maybe a little bit less moving forward, but it will be higher than what we initially were paying. Actually, it should be lower than that. I think that my phone bill should only be going up like $10 a month. So this last month I had to do like an exchange fee. That's what it was. I had to do like an upgrade fee, and then next month it'll go back down to the lower price. Insurance is $160.13, and this is our car insurance for both of our vehicles. We drive a 2006 Honda Pilot and a 2013 Toyota Corolla, so this covers our car insurance. Our homeowner's insurance is incorporated in that mortgage payment along with taxes and PMI as well, because we didn't put 20% down. But our insurance payment is just for our car insurance. Next we have is life insurance, which is new for us, but Jacob and I both recently signed up for life insurance, and we are now covered, which is a huge relief, especially now that we are homeowners and also expecting a baby on the way. Having life insurance was an important next step for us, and so we're paying $52.89 for term life insurance for a 25-year policy for each of us, which is, I feel like, a really good deal. Next we have groceries. We budgeted $300 for groceries and we spent $362. We spent so much on groceries this month, and we actually increased this line item. It used to be $250 that we'd spend each month, but since I've been pregnant, I've just been having a little bit more cravings, and so when we're at the store, I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds good, or like, then that doesn't sound good, and so we have been spending more on groceries. We really went over this month though, and we need to do better next month. I can't tell you one specific thing that made us go over. I just think that we haven't been as great about meal planning, and when we go to the grocery store, then I'm like, oh, that sounds good, why don't we get that? And so it's just been those little random things that really add up. And so I found that like being really intentional about your grocery list and your grocery shopping really helps keep that cost down. Next is eating out. We bumped this up from usually $75 to now $100, and we spent $115 this month, so a little bit more than what we should have. Gas is $200, and we spent $155.90 on gas this month, so we actually are one fill less, and so I know that it's therefore going to be over in December, because we just filled up at like on December 1st. We like just filled up, so we're under now, but we're going to be over next month. The next line item that we have is my Roth IRA. We put $200 a month into a Roth IRA to save for future retirement. And then we have gifts. So this month we had a baby shower and also a wedding, and I think that was it. And so we just had a few gift items that we got people for those occasions. Next we have fun. So we initially budgeted $50, and we spent almost $95. And we signed up for Disney Plus, and we paid like the year-long subscription in the beginning, so that was $70. And then we did something else that was fun. Oh, we went to the movies on Thanksgiving with my family, and we saw Frozen 2, which was a fun movie. It was pretty good. So those were our fun things for this month, and then we won't have to pay for Disney Plus until next year if we decide to renew. And then miscellaneous, we normally budget $100, and this was $132. So miscellaneous is our category that we put everything else that doesn't fit into a category we already have. And so this is things like, I don't know, just like anything random that we weren't initially budgeting for. So $132, that's a little over what we were initially planning, so not great. So this grand total, we initially were planning to spend $4,917.50, and we spent $4,958.31. So our expenses, we were just over by like $40 on normal expenses, which was great. And even so, even great that we, didn't bring in as much income as I initially planned for us to. So the next section of our budget is the part that I really love, because this is where we are working on our financial goals, and this is our savings items. So the first line item that you see here is our emergency fund, and this is our big financial goal right now. Like I said, we are expecting a baby due in May of 2020, and we came into our house as first-time homebuyers. We came into our house with an emergency fund of like 5 months of expenses while we were living in an apartment. But now that we are living in a house, that number has gone up, and we also want to have like a little bit more than 6 months now that we are having a family and all of those things. So our goal is to hit $25,000 in the emergency fund, and we should be able to do that for sure. But before baby gets here, I'm hoping that by March-ish, we'll have all of that money set aside for our emergency fund. So this is kind of the line item that we're putting every extra dime that we can to, that we like don't spend on one category, we can add to this. So we were initially planning to put $2,031 because we were planning to bring home more money, but we were only able to put $1,394, which honestly is still good. That's still like a good chunk of income. So we started the month with our emergency fund at $12,877, and we ended with $14,272. So we're chipping away, we're growing, and it feels good to have that money set aside and to not have to touch it. Next we have is Jacob's fun money. So Jacob gets $100 of personal spending money each month that he can spend on whatever he wants. And we have it in the savings line item because we can choose to either save it or spend it in that month, whatever we choose. And so Jacob got $100 and he ended up spending $232, and so he ended the month with $29. Next is my personal spending money. I also get $100 of personal spending money, and I only spent $23.74 this month, which ended my month with $392. So I do have some wiggle room and some money to spend there. Next we have is extra giving. We put $50 a month into an extra giving fund, which allows us the permission to say yes to giving opportunities when they come up. And this is one of our favorite things that we get to do in our budget. And so this month we actually did spend money. We support a couple kids in Africa through an organization, and we could buy them Christmas gifts. So that's something that we decided to do in the month of November, was order them Christmas gifts, spend about $200 on Christmas gifts for our kids. And so we ended that month with $59 in our extra giving fund. Our next line item is vacation, and while we were saving for this emergency fund really aggressively and also saving for baby related expenses, we're kind of pausing saving for vacation, which is kind of a bummer. So we don't have anything going to vacation right now. Then we have Christmas. So we're putting $20 a month into a Christmas fund. And not only that, but we also are using all of our credit card rewards. We get like cash back on one of our credit cards to put towards our Christmas fund for the month of December. And so this is just a little bit of the Christmas fund that's going in, but we spent $63.47 on Christmas for the month of November. We got some Christmas lights and things like that to decorate our house, and also our tree, because as homeowners we haven't had those things before, which is fun. So we have $156.53 in the Christmas fund, and we'll be adding a lot more to it for the month of December. Car maintenance is $75 each month, and we ended up spending $317.99. We actually bought a set of snow tires, studded snow tires, and that was not a necessity, but like close to a necessity. As we are approaching the winter season, we bought a 2006 Honda Pilot from my parents actually earlier this year, and my parents had the snow tires for it, and so we just bought the snow tires from them this month so that we can use it for the upcoming snowy and icy season here in Oregon. So we are actually now negative in this fund, which is a bummer. So we are negative $121 in the car maintenance fund, which isn't great. So we will have to carry that forward and recoup that here soon and not do any car maintenance. The next thing that we have is house maintenance, which we're putting $100 into each month. This month we spent $42 on house maintenance, and I think that we bought like a couple power strips and things like that, so nothing major. But we are also negative in this fund. We were negative to start out the month though. We're negative almost $200, and now we're negative $136. So we also got to make that not negative. And then we have our household budget, and so this is where we'll spend money on things like toilet paper, napkins, any other household supplies. And so we put in $100 and we spent $79.16, so we're ending the month with $20.84. And lastly, we have our baby fund. So we are saving each month for baby, and this month we really didn't save much because we knew we didn't have many expenses, but coming up for December and through the rest of my pregnancy, we'll be saving a lot more for baby related expenses. I'm currently filming this in December, and you guys, I spent kind of a lot of money over Black Friday weekend because there were a lot of awesome deals going on for baby related stuff. So that goes into I'm putting that to the December budget, but we did spend a little bit of money on baby related things this month, and this was mostly like maternity items, and so we ended the month with negative $33.98. You guys, we have not been very great with our sinking funds. We've been a little negative in the funds, so we need to be a lot better about that. So overall, we put over $2,000 to savings this month, whether that was to our emergency fund or to our additional sinking funds. And we finished the month out here. You can see that we have a zero balance, which means that our budget balances. We have a zero-based budget, and our budget is good to go. So I also want to show you our net worth update because this is exciting. We're getting close to hitting a six-figure net worth, and it's been my goal that we'd reach six figures by the end of 2019, so we're really close to that. All right, so first off, we have a 401k, a 403b, and a Roth IRA that we put a grand total of $816 to this month, and we ended the month with $38,400, and I had an increase of $1,945. So just the market gain that it received was $1,129, and this is taking this is taking the beginning balance, the ending balance minus the beginning balance minus what we actually put into it, and then the difference is going to be just pure market gain. So the market did well ish this month in the fact that it actually made money for us, because there was a month that it didn't. So we are up on our retirement savings, which is great. Our house, it went down in value by $189 as according to Zillow. I'm not concerned. And then we have our cash savings. We now have over $14,600 in the bank, and that is just cash that we have on hand total. We also have an HSA, which is a health savings account, and that's what we're using to cover medical costs related to labor and delivery and those sorts of things. And so we have about $3,000 in that. I think that we may have a little bit more right now. I need to check with Jacob because it is with Jacob and his employer. Cars, we like I said, have a 2006 Honda Pilot and a 2013 Toyota Corolla, and our cars went down in value $319 total. So we have $12,000 worth of cars. And then I have a ring. Maybe you wouldn't count this in a net worth. You probably shouldn't, but I'm really pushing to get to that 100,000 mark. So I'm gonna include it for now. Maybe once I pass 100,000, I'll let it go. Okay, so total assets is $503,000. We then have a mortgage, and the balance on our mortgage is $405,960, and it went the balance went down by $639, which is encouraging to see that balance go down rather than just having rent where that doesn't. But renting is good for a season, and I'm glad that we were renters for almost 4 years to be able to save up to have a down payment for a house. Anyway, all that to be said, our ending net worth is $97,000, and we increased our net worth by over $3,000 this month, which is really encouraging, and I'm hoping that we'll be to that $100,000 mark by next month. That would be a great way to finish off 2019. So that is my budget update for the month of November 2019. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and don't forget to check out my budget template on my Etsy shop in the description box down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.